Hey everyone, my name is Connor Hartnett. I'm a 3D specialist here with K-Motion, and I have Kevin Brown here as well, who's also a specialist here with us at K-Motion. And Kevin's going to be my student for this video. And what we're going to demonstrate today is how we can measure and train when a player is, sliding into impact. This is a question that we receive a lot. How do I measure and how do I train this when I have a player that's either really swaying off the ball or really sliding into impact? So we're going to go through the software and demonstrate, one, how can we see this, how we can train it and measure it. So I'm going to have Kevin suit himself up here. And typically what we see with pelvis, especially slide into impact, is an excessive amount of pelvis side bend and really not enough rotation. So what we can do with K-Coach is we can train this position to have a player feel rotation and side bend at impact, have them rehearse this, have them hit shots, see if it's translating to their full swing. Typically with players, we see about a 3.5 to 1 ratio of pelvis rotation to side bend. So if, for example, a player has around 35 degrees of rotation at impact, we're going to see them have about 10 degrees of side bend, give or take a few degrees. Some players are going to be more open than others. It really all bases off the player, but that 3.5 to 1 is kind of that sweet spot. So Kevin's all suited up here. Perfect. Let me just check really quick. Right there. Perfect. So what we're going to do first is we're going to dive right into biofeedback, and I'm going to demonstrate, how we can see what slide looks like in 3D, and then we'll train it. So I've gone ahead and loaded side bend at impact, and what I've actually loaded here is I've customized these numbers to that 35 to 1, that 3.5 to 1 ratio, 35 degrees of turn, 10 degrees of side bend, and then we go right into biofeedback. So quickly, let's calibrate you, Kevin. Let's actually turn and face the camera for this one really quick. Yep. Just calibrate you there. Perfect. Now go ahead and demonstrate a player as if someone was going to be sliding into impact, just so we can see that really quick in 3D.
Yeah, so obviously the player, as they come back down to impact, there won't be a lot of pelvis rotation at impact. The player will literally just push into a lateral position, which will create a lot of side bend number there. So instead of having that rotation at impact, that player will then move laterally in this direction.
Yep. So seeing that excessive side bend or really just lack of rotation is a help, or it's a key sign to know, okay, this player really sliding into the ball. So now let's get into a golf position. I'm going to recalibrate you here one more time. Perfect. Now let's rehearse that feeling a few times. Let me just change the view so everybody can see here. And go ahead and try and get into that impact position. Yeah, so right around we see about 36 degrees, 37, 10 degrees of side bend. That's really what we want. Now you can have your player do this statically like Kevin is, or you can have them start, incorporating it into a swing as well. Let's do like one more time. Perfect. So now what we can then do is say you rehearse this for a few minutes, however you'd like to do it. We can now go into our live capture mode, is what we call measure mode, and see if it's translating to their full swing. So I've loaded 2 tiles here. By just adding a few tiles, you can add as many as up to 12. And what I've loaded is pelvis rotation at impact and pelvis side bend at impact. So this is like our launch monitor for the body. So go ahead and turn the numbers on here, and what we're going to do is have Kevin actually hit shots, see if that move is translating into a swing, and then this is a great way or indicator to know, okay, this motion pattern is being effective. So, and lastly, with the live numbers, this is also a really cool way to, it's a different form of biofeedback. So, Kevin, let's get into your setup position. Let's actually try and feel that position one more time and see the numbers change live on the screen. Yeah, so we have about that. So trying to get a little bit more rotation. So right there, right about 37, 36, 13 degrees. That's kind of what we're looking for. So that's, the benefit of having the live numbers. And now let's hit a shot and see what we get. Yeah, 35 degrees of rotation, 9 degrees of side bend. So that's pretty much that sweet spot where we're looking for. So anybody at home who's using K-Coach, if you find you're sliding or even swaying off the ball, it's the same way in the backswing. Biofeedback with a combination of tiles is a really good way to rehearse movement, as well as really just see if that is being translated into your golf swing. And one last step, say we want to train this shot in the future or compare it to, Kevin's future shots. What we can do now is we can set this swing to, this is an 8-iron.
8-iron, yeah.
Perfect. So we have an 8-iron. We save this. And then now these ranges and tiles are Kevin's personal ranges. So now Kevin can hit shots, more shots. All the future shots will now compare to this swing that we just set. So this is a fun way to baseline Kevin's personal swings to really see if he's, keeping that progress and improving going on. So biofeedback and tiles, great combination to train movement.